G'day, it's Jackie here. How are you? I'm in my art room. I'm working on some beads and some earring components to make a necklace and earring set. Something that I just started yesterday, unplanned. So I'm going to see how my multitasking skills go as I'm having a chat to you, okay? So I wanted to talk about microbes and probably a little bit more specifically parasites. Microbes and the human microbiome is probably one of my most favourite, fascinating subjects ever, right? I think I just will keep learning about them until I'm just not here anymore. So, and one of the things that I've got a sneeze coming, okay? I will try not to inflict that on you, but I can feel it building. One of the things that I've seen coming across my social media feed quite a lot in the last year or so, and I think it's got to do with, where we are evolutionary wise. We get very focused on stuff that it becomes very popular, and then it becomes a topic that a lot of people are talking about, and then it runs its course, and then it wears out, and then we don't hear about it much, thank goodness, because some of them are just absolutely not great. And so one of the things that I have been noticing a lot of is a very big move towards talking about microbes. There's been a very big focus on the gut microbes, and there's been some decent information come out about that. There has been very little conversation about the other microbes that you have, and also how amazingly valuable and important all the other microbes around the planet are, and how it's very, very important that we have a relationship with them, that we grow to know them, and we live in an interdependent relationship with them for the benefit of them and for the benefit of us. That's not so well known and talked about right now. Although I do have to do a shout out. There is someone who is talking about it more, and I'm sure that there's others. But this is one that's very much on my radar at the moment, and his name is Zach Bush. So if you get a chance to watch any of his videos, he puts out some really beautiful information that I'm so glad is going out there. One of the things that I've noticed is, yes, we're talking about microbes more. We've got a long way to go because there's a lot that we know about microbes, we have access to that information, but it is not getting talked about, and it's a game changer. Knowing what we know about microbes is a game changer for our health, for our happiness, for the way that we live life, for the things that we choose for ourselves and don't choose for ourselves. So the more this information can get out, and that it is openly and honestly shared and talked about, the better for us, hands down. The thing that I've noticed that comes across my feeds a lot is around parasites. And there are loads, and I think we're still working off very old information about parasites, very fear-based information about parasites that perhaps hasn't been updated. So a lot of the information that I'm still seeing is people saying parasites are bad. So it's like a blanket statement. Parasites are bad. That's untrue. All parasites are not bad. That you must get rid of parasites, that there should be no parasites in the body. Untrue. Okay? And that there is, there is a lot of recipes out there for how to deal with parasites. And some people will be very adamant that their recipe is the best recipe. So let's take a step back. Parasites, they are part of the human microbiome. There are some parasites which you will find that we get from time to time in the body that are not good. And yes, then we need to be able to address those. From a body talk perspective, which is what I do, for those of you that know me, you'll know that, this will come up in your sessions. It'll come up in your session that a parasite and the large intestine, or might be even a microparasite, whatever it is. And your own innate wisdom will give the location. And usually there is some very specific techniques that one's own innate wisdom will prioritize in the session to initiate a healing process in being able to address those microbes, and does it very, very, very effectively. I have, because for those of you that don't know, I work with people and animals, always have. So the reason why I say that is because I've done loads of sessions and I've taught loads of body talk classes with animals involved, where after these techniques that have come up in people's sessions have been prioritized, the body uses that information and initiates a self-healing process. And I have seen humans and animals passing tapeworms that are like over a metre long. And how brilliant is that, that we can, that the person's and animal's own innate wisdom can say, hey, we've got a parasite issue in the large intestine and we're going to run this body chemistry technique, or whatever technique it is that the person's own innate wisdom chooses to address this. And the body goes through not just a healing process, but it's able to expel the parasite as well. Bonus. That's the natural, you're tapping into the natural way for the body to be able to do that. And it knows also in that moment the exact order, the actual priority process for that to be addressed. So we're not coming in with any invasive measures. When somebody says, I have this parasite cleanse and everyone should do a parasite cleanse because everybody has parasites and all parasites are bad and it does this and it does that and it does that. This is what concerns me, because you are unique. There is not another person on the planet like you, and there never will be. You truly are unique. And there are so many things that make you unique, that taking a recipe and saying that this is the best recipe to use to eliminate parasites for everybody, I've never seen that successfully the case. Because you are unique, let's just say that yes, there is an invasive parasite that's been identified in your large intestine. Let's just say that during the session, your innate wisdom says, right, we're going to run this formula throughout the body, which means we're going to initiate this healing process. And by the way, backing it up and supporting it with some kind of parasite cleanse could be beneficial here. And that's sometimes what does come up. Sometimes somebody's innate wisdom will say, hey, let's plug into a resource. Let's think about incorporating that. And the choice is always yours. You don't have to. And then that will help the healing process. It will help. But then it's your innate wisdom will actually bring up in the session which is the best one for you, because there is no one size fits all. A parasite cleanse that has been put down, you could give that parasite cleanse to 1,000 different people in a group, and it might work brilliantly for one or two people, and then it might not work really well for a whole group of people. And then for some people, it will just be downright dangerous, right? So if you ever feeling like you need a parasite cleanse, you go looking for that, someone tells you you should have it, maybe think about having a body talk session first. And then also, really, this is where your gut brain, your etheric brain, It has this function of discernment. That's one of the natural functions of the etheric brain. And one of the things that it if it was functioning very healthy and strong, and in a lot of people it's not, it would be able to help you determine immediately whether a parasite cleanse that you've just laid eyes on is right for you. Okay, so let's just say you go internet searching, you come across a parasite cleanse from some really cool person, and you want to determine whether that's actually the right one for you. Your gut brain has this super high intelligence to be able to take that information and to be able to discern immediately whether that is the correct parasite cleanse for you or not, right? And it will tell you immediately. And then the wonderful thing about that is that you get to then make decisions immediately. If it's great for you and you're meant to do it, then you can go ahead and move forward with it. The other thing is that your gut brain will actually then tell you how long is a priority to do the cleanse, because you might be doing some kind of a protocol and the ingredients are great, the method is great, but let's just say it says to you that you should do it for 14 days and your etheric brain and your innate wisdom says, no, not 14, we do it for 3. We'll do it for 3. Then that means that all you have to do is listen to that and follow that. And what that will do is it will help you and your own innate wisdom to then target the specific microbes that are, especially because we're talking about parasites more today, right? To help target them and address the ones that are being a pain in the bum, living in their areas of the body that they shouldn't be living, and then being able to eliminate them. But we're not there to get them all. We don't want to get them all, because there are some parasites which are great. They're really great. So you can also have a body talk session, not just to see whether there are parasites or microbes living in different areas of the body and causing issues, which is very often the case, and then help the body run through a healing process to be able to eliminate them, also to be able to help discern whether a program or protocol of some kind would be really good for you. You can do that. But you can also have body talk to actually help improve the functioning of your gut brain. And I can't recommend that highly enough, because majority of humans, and it's rare, very, very, very rare, that I meet somebody where they have a really great functioning gut brain and a great functioning heart brain and a great functioning head brain, where they all then are able to do their jobs the way that they're intended to do. The majority of people don't have that. And imagine if your gut brain started functioning better, and its automatic process of being able to discern what's right for you and what's not good for you. Imagine if that kicked in and started working. How would that translate to your life? How does that look different? What looks different? So I think it's a game changer personally, and that's what I've seen clients who have started to build their relationship with their gut brain and really understand what it is, and you literally see the gut brain turning on through what they say, the way that they think, their decisions, their behaviours. You can really see that shining through. So that would be my suggestion. We absolutely have microbes, particularly, I won't go into all the other microbes today, but we have microbes living in the body where they're meant to live in the body. We have parasites living in parts of the body where they're meant to live. And they're there in a symbiotic relationship with us. This really old, outdated knowledge of parasites are bad, they're not meant to be in the body, you've got to get rid of parasites. It's old. It's old. We know that not to be true anymore. So we want to focus on what microbes am I meant to have, whether it be parasites, bacteria, whatever. what parasites am I, what microbes am I meant to have, and where are they meant to be living? Because there are all different communities within your body where microbes are meant to be living. You might actually have a situation where you get parasites that you meant to have in the body, but they could be living in the wrong area. And a parasite that is living in the wrong area of the body will absolutely be a pain in the ass. Does it mean that you have to get rid of them altogether and try to blast them out of the system and eliminate them? No, it does not. But it does mean then that we need to find really good strategies and ways of being able to eliminate them, ways of being able to get them into the areas of the body where they're needed. And usually the innate wisdom will find really cool, creative ways to be able to do that. Usually brought in by food or skin-to-skin contact or whatever. The more microbes that we are meant to have, that we do have, the healthier we are, the happier we are, the more balanced we are, the better our relationships are, the more emotionally intelligent we are. So the next time you're feeling like you need a parasite cleanse, or somebody says to you, oh, you have this symptom, you need a parasite cleanse, maybe just question whether that's real or not for you, and come book yourself a session, and we'll do some amazing magic work on that, and we can also see whether there is some type of a protocol that would be good for you and that you could follow, right? It's all very easy once you just start kind of taking a step back and questioning things and being curious about things and asking, is this the best thing for me as an individual? Not is what is the best thing for everyone else? What is everyone else doing? What does everyone else think? But what is the best thing for me? Just me. Yeah. This is a big topic. Usually it brings up questions for people. I am going to do a course that is all about the microbiome, and that will be ready at some point in time. Maybe when I stop making beads, it'll be ready, yeah? But I'm going to break it up into chunks so it's really easy to digest and understand. It's going to give you some really great information that you can just leave in action immediately in your life. And I'm going to wrap it up with doing a group body talk session, which will be fabulous. Most of the short courses that I have coming out soon are all going to have group body talk sessions attached to them at the end, so that you can benefit from the goodness that we're presenting in the courses, and I'm so looking forward to that. If today's chat about microbes, parasites, all that kind of juicy stuff has sparked any questions for you, then just pop it down into the comments, and we can have a discussion, and I can always do another video about it. Radio. I'm going to get going. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and listening. I will catch you next time around. Bye for now.